Hi guys, it's Chelsea. Oliver is taking a nap. Harper is watching TV. Cameron just left for work. So I figured I would do a little story time video because I have never done a story time video, but I have so many wonderful stories to tell you guys. So I figured I would tell you guys. My hair is a hot mess, but that's because I had to go. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and if you want to know how that went, I did vlog a little bit. Don't know when that vlog will be up. I'll probably finish it a little bit later, but right now I'm not vlogging, so. Anyway, as you can tell by the title, this is going to be all about losing my virginity. Oh gosh. It's so awful. Awful. Okay, but I don't know about any other girl, but I was that type of girl that once I knew what sex was, I wasn't intrigued with losing my virginity. I was more terrified and scared and, oh my gosh, is it gonna hurt? What's it gonna feel like? Am I gonna cry? Am I gonna like it? Am I not gonna like it? What do I do? Do I just sit there? Do I not sit there? Do I do something? There were so many thoughts that went on in my head that I didn't know what to do or say. Yeah, okay, so I'm laughing because the guy that I lost my virginity to was, at the time, he was my boyfriend, so it wasn't like, oh, it was some one night stand type deal. No, it was nothing like that. Like, the guy I was dating was my boyfriend. The longest we had dated was like 8 months. Rough. So anyway, the guy that I had lost my virginity to was my boyfriend, and we had been on and off in the past. We were like that couple that was like, everyone loved us together, and we liked being together, but for just some reason, every time we were like actually together, it was very toxic. Like, we just were never getting along. But I remember he was like that typical, not my type now. I love tattoos. I only have 2 of them, but I know I haven't really done like an update video, but I do want to do a Q&A. So I'll do a video when I'm getting ready to do a Q&A. But I am actually, hopefully within the next couple months, gonna start working on my first sleeve tattoo. And it's gonna be all Disney themed, and I'm actually gonna incorporate Harper and Oliver into it as well. So yeah, anyway, that's a whole different video, but I love tattoos. My husband has tattoos. I have tattoos. What is going on? Oh, hold on, guys. Okay, so this guy, we'll name him Mr. C. Anyway, Mr. C was super sweet. He was a very nice guy. Like I said, we clicked. We really liked each other, and I really want to say, oh my God, 3-year-old how to use the potty. So yeah, Mr. C was a very sweet. I remember so many people in like our grade thought he was cool because, hello, his parents let him get tattoos. His parents signed for his tattoos, so he had tattoos, and it was just something when I was, especially when I was in high school, I was drawn to tattoos. I liked that little like bad boy edge, but was like the sweetest kid on the inside, but looked like a bad boy on the outside, and that's how he was. He was a bit on the I hope I'm using like the emo side. I don't know, it's not like emo. He was just always dressing in like black, and he would shop at like, you know what I mean, like Hot Topic, where they wore like the chains on their pants, and it was just something that like now is just not my type. I mean, it's a type for some other people, but now it's just not me. But So I was 16 one of the times that we dated, and I remember just being like, I felt like I was ready, and I was too terrified to talk to my stepmom, and I sure did not talk to my father about it. But I remember just being terrified to talk to my stepmom because I was like, I knew her and I did not get along the greatest, and still to this day we don't have the best relationship. So I just did not talk to her. I just talked to my friends, and I was like, do I do it? Do I not do it? And they're like, you know what? When you feel comfortable, just do it. And I was like, sweet. As long as we're protected, we're good. So I remember one night I spent the weekend with my best friend. That was unusual. That wasn't unusual. My parents were pretty lenient about letting me go to like friends' houses. As long as all my homework was done and my grades were good, like they had no problem with me going from like a Friday night after school to a Sunday evening, you know, going to a friend's house. They had no problem with that. So I remember just going out. We were just like going for walks and stuff outside, and I remember there was like this little like park area, and it was me, my boyfriend, Mr. C, my best friend, who I was spending like every weekend with, her boyfriend, and some other people. And I just felt like, you know what, this is the night. I knew we couldn't go back to my friend's house because I was like, oh my gosh, her parents aren't gonna let me and my boyfriend go in the same room together and do something. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? We're 16. So I ended up losing my virginity outside in the bushes. Like, we're not gonna this is like a horrible story that I wish I had to never tell my kids. But obviously we used protection, and it was horrible. Like, it hurt. It didn't feel good. No part of it was satisfaction for me. There was no foreplay. There was nothing. It was literally, we went behind the bushes. I dropped my pants. He dropped his pants. He slipped a condom on, and it was like 5 minutes, like a whole whopping 5 minutes. I was just like, okay. And then I got done, and I told my friend, I was like, yeah, we had sex, but it sucked. Like, I think it's because, like I said, I can't speak for every woman, but me, myself, I got so stuck in my head that it was gonna be this big magical moment with rose petals and music and silk sheets, and I was gonna be with the love of my life, and not like that at all. But yeah, it was horrible, and it didn't make things awkward between him and I. We had sex a couple times after that, but after that it was kind of just like we broke up, and that was the last time we ever really dated. We were on and off from then on, and we kind of just stopped dating. But yeah, it was really interesting. I remember I got a sliver because I was actually sitting on a branch, a tree branch, and I got a sliver in my butt, and it was just a horrible experience. It was not fun at all. I can't even believe I did that. And then telling my parents was the worst. I had told my sister, this was more towards the summertime, school was getting ready to end, and we made a yearly trip to my father's mother, who, from where she lived, from where we lived, they were 7 hours away from each other, and we would stay for like a week. I remember we went down to my grandmother's, and I told my sister, I was like, look, I had sex, and she's like, oh my god, you need to tell mom, and my little sister is 2.5 years younger than me, so she was 14 at the time, and she was like, you gotta tell mom. I said, no, I can't tell mom, I'm so scared. But then when we had gotten back to my house, I think it was like a couple of weeks later, maybe even just a week later, I had finally come clean that I had sex, and my parents weren't against me having boyfriends. They just wanted a boyfriend that respected me and respected them, and I don't think my mom wasn't mad that I had sex. My mom was just very upset that, one, I had kept it from her. She wanted to know, and two, that it was with the wrong person. It wasn't like, this guy hit me or was rude to me, but they saw a different side of him, I guess, that I saw. And when you're trying so hard to believe in the good in somebody, you're like, there's no bad, but he really wasn't the greatest person for me. And after we had broken up, after the whole sex and after having sex and whatever, you know, I guess I had saw that. But when we were together, I was like, oh my God, we had sex, we're gonna be together forever and ever. And that's not how it is at all. But so my mom wasn't upset, and my mom actually told my father for me. He was very disappointed. He felt like being 16 was way too young to have a child. But then again, my father is one of those men that's very protective of his kids, especially his daughters. And not only that, but he's learned from his mistakes, and he doesn't want to see his kids make the same mistakes he did. My father was 18 when he got his girlfriend pregnant with my oldest sister. So, you know, I think that's one of the biggest things that my father was worried about, because I was only 2 years younger than the first time he had a child. But it was very awkward between my father and I for the next couple of weeks, and I didn't want to say anything, but I knew my father knew, and I think he knew that I knew that he knew. So, but yeah, it was just not a good experience. I just didn't, and not only that, we used a condom, but I think you get so paranoid from being like, oh my gosh, I know I can get pregnant. Oh my God, did I do it right? Like, what, did the condom break and I didn't feel it? Or did he go in me and I not know it? Or I saw him take the condom on. I saw him put the condom on. I saw him take it off. I knew there was jizz in it. Like, oh my gosh, could I possibly be pregnant? And I actually secretly took a pregnancy test a couple weeks later, even before I was late for my period, just because I told my friend, I was like, I'm scared to death. And she's like, but you use a condom. But like, when you're 16 and it's your first time, I swear you worry about like everything. But yeah, that was it, guys. That was my losing my virginity story. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!